What's the problem with chlorophyll?
พอดีท็อปโคโร
It's not good.
เดี๋ยวเลือกเปลี่ยนไปไหนจะเปลี่ยน
Oh,
นี่คือไรนะไอเจดิเจอร์เจอร์ซีปลามีรู้สึกที่แสนดีเลยยังเย็นด้วยใครจะตอนนี้เป็นคนไม่เป็นไรดีกว่าผมผู้ฉุดแฉกขี้เกียจมากเข้ามาเหรอพูดอะไรเรารู้ว่ามันยังไงพูดมาตอนตกเลยมันไม่ตกโอ้ยไม่นานอยู่แล้วอยู่บ้านเรียนฝนตกขี้เกียจมานี่ไงนี่ปีร้อนเนี่ยเดี๋ยวจริงตัวนี้หาแต่ร้านเนี่ยเลือกเป็นมือตรงนี้เองตรงนี้แหละไม่เป็นไรไม่เป็นไรไม่เป็นไรนะแล้วก็ไม่ได้ค่ะอันนี้ไม่ได้นั่งนี่ได้ก็สบายนั่งนี่ได้นั่งข้างหลังได้คือตรงนี้เราอันนี้ไหนเข้ามาแบบนะถามว่าอย่างต่างแล้วเราไม่ได้ต่อเราแอบไม่ถามผมเด็กไม่ได้แข่งอะไรนะคุณเล่นให้ไปดูได้แบบนี้นะถึงเด็กเดี๋ยวว่ามันคืออะไรที่ไหนเนี่ยตอนนั้นที่แข่งไม่ได้ไม่ได้ไม่ได้ไม่ได้แม่ค่ะจะได้อ่ะคนต้องโอเคนะไม่ต้องไปไม่ได้นะเดี๋ยวชอบจะพี่จบเลยนั่นเองนะชอบเมื่อกี้ยังไม่จบเลยอะไรไม่ได้ก็ติดไม่ก็ติดย้ายหรอแต่ดิ้นแต่นั่งนี่ไม่ได้ช่วยไม่ได้กันแต่สถานที่แรกอะไรที่ลูกแก่แล้วไม่ใช่จะฝากไปซื้อผักแบบนี้อย่างนั้นไม่มีมันในวันนี้ไปงานติดกันจะฝากซื้อแต่อะไรได้อะไรต้องทำที่ใช่ไหมนี่หรือจะซื้อถ้าสุรเพชรหรือจะซื้อเราจะเอาอะไรไม่รู้อะไรจะเอาเทปใช่เลยถ้าสะดวกก็ต้องซื้อในไอพอดแล้วดูที่ฟรีมันจะได้ดูถ้าไม่ดูที่ฟรีก็ซื้อในก็ได้มอร์นิ่งทีเชิร์ตไม่มีสลิงพาแล้วมันจะมีได้ไงวันนั้นเข้าไปได้นะอาจารย์แล้วก็ซื้อไม่ทำดีรู้ใช่อาจารย์เราเคยบอกว่าซื้อที่เราเพราะว่าเราจะไม่ได้เวลาไปไม่ได้ทำเราตอนนี้ไม่แหละไม่ถึงเราเก็บได้เราไปมาแล้วเราซื้อไหนจะไปพรุ่งนี้แล้วไงจะไปพรุ่งนี้แล้ว
I think this is okay.
ไม่ที่วันนี้ไปซื้อ
So
ก็ได้ก็จะฟรีไม่ก็ซื้อที่คือแอร์เราได้ขายได้อันนี้ขึ้นก็ไม่ได้เอาไปก็เดินเอาถามกินเท่าไหร่ถามได้ซื้อเนาะมันไม่เกินร้อยไม่ใช่หรอคะอันนี้เหรอเกินใหญ่550ที่ดีอ่ะที่เอาใหญ่ที่มันไม่โดนสัญญาณที่ดีอ่ะที่ขนาดเป็นแอดวานซ์98
Right, good morning again. We're on page 12. Do you remember?
Do you remember?
I hope you remember. Okay, we're on page 12 and we were looking at the article. What's the title of this article?
Many ways to be smart.
Many ways,
What
many ways to be smart.
Many ways to be smart. What does that mean? What is the author wanting to tell us? What does the writer want to convince us about? What's the message of this article? What do you think? What is the message of this article? When a writer writes an article, it's because he or she wants to tell us something, wants to convince us of something, wants to express a point. So what is the message that the writer wants to tell us in this article?
Before reading, you skim, look at the title,
Yes.
heading, and bold phrase word to get a general idea for what the reading is about.
Very good. Yeah. And what general idea do you get from looking at the title? What's the opinion that the author wants to express? What is the opinion?
It's about it.
Again,
About intelligence.
intelligence. Intelligence.
In
And if you were the author, if this was your article, what are you trying to tell me?
people are different.
People are different. Go on.
People are different, and they have their own smart, or they have their own intelligence.
Good. And is that a problem?
I think the writer will suggest the person that if you want to be smart, you have to find out yourself what you like. And if you like this way and this subject or the many headlines in
Yes.
this,
Yeah.
you can choose what you like it and you can do it. Practice.
Do you remember a word from earlier this week?
Yeah.
Everybody has different
Aptitude.
aptitudes.
Or aptitude.
Everybody has different
Yes,
aptitudes.
yes.
That's-
And there are talents. That
Yeah,
are
different.
talents. Yes, different talents.
Different.
Yeah.
Some of them are gifted.
Yes, gifts.
Gifted.
You have gifts, aptitudes, talents.
But how do you know? I don't know. How do you know?
How do you know? How do you know your aptitudes?
Yeah.
How do you know what your talents are? How do
I
you
think what we like to do the best.
what you like to do? Yes.
Like to do and do well.
What you
Yeah.
like to do, what you
Yeah.
do well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you have
I
to
love
do that.
I love to do that.
Something that you love to do.
Right.
I love to do it sometimes.
Just love to.
Yeah. We can ask, how do you discover your aptitudes, talents, and gifts? How do you discover your aptitudes, talents and gifts. Yeah. And you said rightly, things you like, things you can do, things you love. Yes. So the author wants to tell us that people are different. People have different aptitudes. People have different gifts. And people are intelligent in different ways. Is this a good thing, a bad thing? Is it a problem? Which? Is it good, bad, a problem, or
strong point or weak point for them?
the individual? Yes. People are intelligent in different ways. There are many ways to be smart. Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
Good thing.
A good thing. What do you think? Do you agree?
Yes.
Can it be a problem? Is it a problem if in a class of people everyone is smart in a different way? Is that a problem?
If you know about the problem, you can solve it. The result may be positive after that. After you environment, your thing that you do.
Good. I would agree with you. If you know about it, it doesn't have to be a problem.
You have a problem, you can solve it.
Okay, so the article suggests different kinds of intelligence, different ways to be smart. Different ways to be smart. How many?
8.
8. How many ways to be smart, according to the article? How many headings in boldface are there? How many headings in boldface are there? How many headings? Okay, we need to do this again maybe. Do we need to go back?
8.
Yeah.
8.
I think at the moment only half the people in the room really grasp what we're talking about. What's that? What is it? Try to guess. It's what? An article. It's an article. What's that?
Title.
What is it?
So vocabulary.
When it's an article, the subject is called the title. Yeah. When we're talking about an article, the subject is found in the title.
They are heading.
What are they? Okay, well, we need to go back to the top of page 12. Yeah, go back to the top. And look at the reading tip. The reading tip. Could we read this again? Would you mind reading the reading tip again?
Before you begin reading, look at the title, heading, and bold word to get a general idea of what the reading is about.
Good. Okay. So we're looking for title. What else? We're looking at the title, the headings, and bold-faced words. Okay. So in this article, we know where to find the title. The title is usually at the top. And then we have,
Heading.
what are they?
Headings.
Yeah, do we all agree? Headings. What do the headings do? What do the headings introduce? Yeah.
Describe.
Don't worry about what it says. It's irrelevant what it says. What's the purpose of the heading? What does the heading do?
Explain about
the first of the paragraph.
Again.
The first word of the paragraph.
Yes. Introduces the paragraph. Yeah. What else? What does a heading do? Why do you have a title here and then 3 headings or 4 headings or 5 headings?
They are give for all details for the titles.
They tell you about the topic, what topic about,
Yeah.
what story about.
Yes.
Do you about the point, the main point of the paragraph?
Okay, good. That's about the main points of that
Of the
paragraph.
paragraph.
So you have an article. You divide it into sections. Don't you? Section 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have a title for the whole article, and then each section has a small title, which is a heading. And the heading will usually be in, what did we call it? Strong letters, we call it boldface, yeah. So that it stands out, so that you see it. You see it there.
Red color.
Mm.
Red color.
Yeah, or it could sometimes a different colour. They use different colours. Okay. So when we skim, skimming is a kind of what? What activity?
Spinning.
Reading.
To read quickly.
Scan.
Skimming is a way of reading. It's a kind of reading, to read quickly. When we skim, when we want to skim, we look at the title, we look at the headings, and this gives us the meaning of the article. So looking back at page 12 of the article, how many headings are there in the article?
8.
8. They're not numbered, they don't need numbers, because it's not for school, it's not a school article. But we can see that there are 8. The first heading, please. The first heading. What's the first heading?
Verbal and linguistics.
Very good. Just the heading. Verbal and linguistic. Number 2.
Logical, mathematical.
Good. The next one. Number 3.
Musical.
Physical.
Musical by acting. Rhythmical.
Number 4. Number 4. Number 4.
Show.
Fine.
Spatial.
Good. Number 6. Good. Number 8. Which of these, looking at the headings, just looking at the headings, which of these would you describe as practical intelligence? Practical, physical intelligence. Bodily kinesthetic, yeah. Practical type of intelligence. Any more? Any more practical kinds of intelligence? Musical? Any more that you would describe as practical aptitudes, practical intelligence?
Logical.
Mathematical. Cupid.
Possibly. And which of these would you describe as intellectual? Cerebral intelligence, using the brain, not using the hands, using the brain. Mathematical, you think? Any more? Verbal. Using words. Yeah, using words for expression. Which of these would you describe as artistic types of intelligence? Artistic types of intelligence.
And visual.
Very good. We have two similar headings. The words are very similar. Which two headings are very similar words?
Interpersonal and intrapersonal.
Do you see two headings that are very similar words? The form of the word is very similar. Well, I think the form of the word, interpersonal and intrapersonal, are very similar words, aren't they? Interpersonal and intrapersonal. Have a quick look at interpersonal and intrapersonal and see if you can tell us the difference. See if you can tell us what the difference is between interpersonal and intrapersonal. Two similar words. Interpersonal and intrapersonal.
Intrapersonal is alone.
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
อันนี้ก็มี4-5ได้หมดสิ
Interpersonal, intrapersonal. Very similar words. Very similar words. Interpersonal, intrapersonal.
Similar word, different meaning.
Yeah, similar
Similar
words,
word, different meaning.
different meanings, absolutely. Okay, any thoughts?
A person with
What would you say?
Interpersonal between people.
Right.
Between people, intrapersonal inside yourself. About yourself.
Interpersonal, a person who have a relationship with another one.
Which one?
With
Interpersonal.
Yeah.
key person, it means a
I want to hear the difference between the words.
interpersonal,
Interpersonal.
interpersonal, intrapersonal.
Yeah. And what would you say?
Interpersonal, it means a person who has a relationship with another one.
Yes.
Right, relationship, have a good friendly
Mm.
to another people.
Yes.
And intrapersonal, like to stay alone by self, only by self.
Intra.
Intrapersonal.
Intrapersonal is for the feeling your emotion on your mind and develop your brain to understand the world.
Understand the world.
Yes.
So a person with intrapersonal intelligence.
Intrapersonal is improve your brain.
Yes. This is how they understand the world. Through emotions, experience, brain. How does a person with interpersonal intelligence understand the world? What do they do to understand the world? Talking with people,
And enjoying food with people.
enjoying the group, enjoying the group.
To show your character
Yes.
when you have.
What type of job would a person with interpersonal intelligence choose? If they could choose any job, what type of job?
Services and reception.
Public relations. Yeah.
Public relations.
Services, customer services. An example? An example of a services job?
French manager.